Meet Melissa and Sean. Melissa was an engineering technician, and Sean was a project manager with a side hustle in graphic design when they discovered that combined, they had over $100,000 in debt.
We got into debt because we were existing. We had 2 car notes. We had 1 loan for our wedding, which I don't regret that at all. Our wedding was fire. And then we had a few credit cards. That's the bulk of our debt. Oh,
and student loans.
Our student loans. I tried to block those out of my memory. I think culturally, debt is so normalized. Like, I was 18 when I signed up for that student loan, and it was, nobody batted an eye. They were just like, yep, sign here, sign here, sign here.
Like, it's normal to just live with debt and not worry about how it's going to be paid off.
When they sat down and combined their debt, it came out to $127,000.
Seeing it all just right there, like lined up with the amounts, it was scary. It was scary. If my jaw could physically drop to the floor, it would have. I said, no, this is not how I want to live. Just giving these people half of my paycheck all the time. I wasn't someone to, cut the credit cards or anything like that, but we did the debt snowball. So from smallest to largest, so credit cards were first to just kind of, knock off the list, and then the big video game villain at the end was the student loans. When we got to Sean's student loans, we switched to the Avalanche, is when you pay the higher interest first, and that was a nice change of pace.
They moved in with Sean's mom, enabling them to put up to $6,000 a month toward their debt. But they decided they had to leave some room in the budget for fun, kind of like a cheat meal when you're on a diet.
Being a newlywed couple, moving back in with my parents, we would have gone insane if we weren't budgeting in vacations.
I know that's a big no in the debt-free community. Nope, not for us. We went to Hawaii, we went to Mexico, we went to Vegas because life's too short.
After 3 years, they moved into a 400 square foot apartment for $1,800 a month, utilities included.
About a year into the debt-free journey, I think on Instagram I was following debt-free hashtags. And I said, well, this seems kind of like a cool support group in a way. And then I'm looking at their Instagrams thinking, wait, we do this. Let me just start this Instagram page. And, when trying to come up with a name, they were all like, budgeting babe, but budgeting girl, all these things. And I was like, well, my personality is not much of a budgeting babe. I said, well, what is something that I do say a lot? And so that's how debt was born.
We put a lot of our goals, we put a lot of our just milestones, and then Melissa also put our trip breakdowns, which I think were some of the most helpful things for people. They can see that you're still able to go out and do stuff and how we accounted for everything.
It was definitely just my outlet to have these randos just cheering me on, but I'm like, thank you, and I go on their page and cheer them on because it's helpful in getting through this. We are doing something very cool. We can't tell you anything because secrets are fun.
Melissa and Sean also have a podcast where they talk about the real important things in life: beer, comic books, funny things they see on Reddit, and of course, financial advice.
Do you recommend debt snowball or avalanche? So we did the snowball. I recommend the avalanche. My mom messaged me and she goes, hey, by the way, I want to start getting out of debt. And I was like, clutch my pearls, I've been waiting for this. And so I set her up on the same exact thing that we're doing, and she's crushing it. Your surplus, half of it's going to your savings, and then half of it is going to your car note, right?
Yeah, because before I had everything going to
your car.
My car.
But we don't want to do that. One of the most popular posts on the page are ones about my mom. 700 likes, and people are like, go mom, go mom. So I'll screenshot it and send it to her, and like any mom, she's like, who are they? Do you know them? And I'm like, no, mom, that's the point.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. She's like, tell them thank you. And so, thanks guys. It's crazy. When you start paying off your debt, you're reaching for zero, right? Now that we're on the other side, we can just say, okay, now we can just exist and, keep our bills on time, save some money, invest, da-da-da-da. But now we're like, we've done so much. Man, what else can we do? All right, bye.
Bye.